What is something a guest in your house did that made your jaw drop? It was early November 2013 and my daughter was just 3 weeks old. I was running on no sleep, buried in laundry, and barely holding it together. Family kept visiting, claiming they wanted to help, but in reality, they just held the baby, took pictures, and left me with an even bigger mess. One afternoon, as I struggled to keep my eyes open, I overheard my aunt whispering to my cousin in the kitchen. "She looks awful," she muttered. "Some women just aren't natural mothers." My cousin scoffed. "I don't know how the baby isn't sick already in this mess." Their laughter sent a lump straight to my throat. Not once had they asked if I needed help. Then my mother arrived. For a moment, I felt relief. Finally, someone who'd understand. She handed me a bag with a proud smile. "I brought you something." I opened it, expecting food or maybe something for the baby. Instead, I found cleaning supplies. "Figured you'd let yourself go a little," she said, eyeing the clutter. I had given up on the idea of real support when my friend Jana texted, asking if she could stop by. I hesitated but said yes. She arrived, had tea with me, and didn't bombard me with advice. Instead, she quietly stood up, washed my dishes, tidied my home, and cooked dinner for everyone. Then, just as quietly, she left. My jaw still drops when I think about it. That, dear relatives, is how you visit a new mother. I found my mom's old diary in my stepdad's office, and what I discovered changed everything. I was cleaning out boxes in the attic when I found it, a small blue notebook with flowers on the cover. I thought it was just another photo album, but when I opened it, I saw my mom's handwriting from 15 years ago. I knew I shouldn't read it, but one sentence caught my eye. "I can't tell anyone the real reason I left Mark. Mark was my real dad, who mom always said abandoned us when I was 3. My hands were shaking as I kept reading. The truth hit me like a truck. My dad hadn't abandoned us at all. Mom left him because she was scared. He had a gambling problem and lost their entire savings, their house, everything. She wrote about how he begged her to stay, promised to change, but she couldn't risk it with a baby to protect. But here's the crazy part. My stepdad Dave knew about this diary. I found a note stuck between the pages in his handwriting. "Use this if she ever tries to leave." He was keeping it as insurance, threatening to tell me the truth if mom ever divorced him. I took pictures of every page and drove straight to my mom's work. When I showed her, she broke down crying. She admitted Dave had been using this secret to control her for years. She was too ashamed to tell me the truth about dad, and too scared of losing me if she left Dave. I hugged her and said, "Mom, you protected me once by leaving dad. Now let me protect you." We packed her bags that night. Dave came home to an empty house and a note that said, "I found the diary. Game over. Now mom and I are starting over." And yesterday, I got a text from my real dad. Turns out he's been sober for 12 years, waiting for a chance to make things right.
My wife aborted our baby without telling me, all because her toxic BFF convinced her the zodiac sign was wrong. Now I'm ready to walk away from our marriage. I hate my wife's best friend. Let's call her Lisa. I met Katie back in high school. Same friend group, same parties, same hangouts. After a few months, I fell for her. Told her how I felt. She felt the same. We started dating, 6 years together before I proposed. She said yes. Happiest moment of my life. We were young, in love, telling everyone, planning forever. Everyone congratulated us, except Lisa. She stood there with this forced smile. No hug, no, "I'm happy for you," just silence. I brushed it off. Katie told me Lisa's always been weird about relationships. I didn't press it. Katie made her maid of honor. Looking back, biggest mistake of our marriage. Fast forward 4 years. Katie and I were solid, at least I thought. Then Lisa started showing up. First once a week, then 3 or 4 times. Every time she left, Katie was different, more distant, more irritated. It was like Lisa planted little bombs in her head and left them to go off. We'd argue over nothing. Katie suddenly wanted to quit her job and just be a housewife. I didn't even care. I make enough to support us. But somehow Lisa convinced her I was against it. Arguments over money, chores, friends, all traced back to Lisa whispering in her ear. 2 months of this, and Katie moved back in with her parents. Said she needed space. When she came back, she wasn't the same. She'd question me over simple things, doubt me, distrust me. Then she got pregnant. I thought things would get better. I thought the baby would anchor us. I was wrong. Lisa doubled down. Every time she came over, Katie would be colder, more distant. And one afternoon, I came home early. Heard voices in the kitchen. "Stop, listen." Lisa's voice. "You don't need his baby tying you down. Abort it. You don't want an Aquarius kid. Trust me." Katie laughed nervously, then said, "Yeah, maybe you're right." I stood there, frozen. My wife was actually considering it because of horoscope advice from her toxic best friend. I didn't confront her that day. I wanted to believe she wouldn't go through with it. But weeks later, she sat me down and said, "I don't think I'm ready to be a mom. I want an abortion." I told her I didn't agree. I begged her not to. She just went silent, changed the subject. Then yesterday happened. Katie broke down sobbing in our bedroom, told me it was already done, a week ago. She went behind my back and aborted our child. I lost it, shouted at her, called her out for letting Lisa control her life, for letting her poison everything we built. She defended her, defended Lisa. "Don't talk about her like that. She's my best friend." That's when I snapped, told her Lisa brainwashed her, ruined us, packed a bag, called my brother, told him I needed a place to crash. And now I'm here, sitting in his spare room, thinking about divorce. Katie might have been my wife, but Lisa was always the one running my marriage, and I'm done letting her.
My dad kicked me out at 16, but karma hit him hard years later. It started when my stepmom moved in. She hated that I looked just like my real mom, so she started making up lies about me stealing her jewelry and money. My dad believed every word. One night, I came home late from my part-time job at the grocery store. My bags were on the front lawn, and the locks were changed. My stepmom watched from the window, smirking, as I stood there in tears. Thank God for Mrs. Martinez next door. She took me in that night and helped me finish high school while working 2 jobs. It was tough, but I made it through and even got accepted to college on a scholarship. 10 years later, I'm a successful accountant. That's when my dad showed up at my office looking broken. Turns out my stepmom had emptied their accounts and disappeared with his business partner. He'd lost everything. He wanted to move in with me until he got back on his feet. I just smiled and said, "Sorry, but I don't have any room. Maybe try putting your bags on someone else's lawn." The look on his face was priceless. He started crying, saying he was sorry, that he should have believed me. But I just turned turned back to my computer and said, Mrs. Martinez might help. She's good at taking in strays. Sometimes karma takes its time, but it always delivers. Last I heard, he was living in a cheap motel while my stepmom enjoyed his beach house. Meanwhile, I just bought my first home next door to Mrs. Martinez. Life has a funny way of working out.